Let's do this again.
All
Hi,
right.
Nicole. How are
Hi,
you?
Eric. I'm good. How are you?
I'm awesome.
Are you?
Welcome, guys. Welcome, everybody. We're back again. Isn't this
Yeah.
fun?
They don't know that we were never here. It was a technical difficulty
I know.
pre-start.
But it was awesome. It was like, hi, we're here. And you were just,
I was moving. You guys were frozen. It wasn't
oh,
me.
yeah, no, that's not what I saw. Not at all.
um, so it is a gorgeous, beautiful, crazy February. I mean, it's like almost 80 degrees today. Not to give away what day we're filming, but this is insane. And it's supposed to be what?
I wouldn't know because I've been sitting by my computer for the last 5 hours waiting to record this awesome podcast.
Oh, poor Eric. I'm so
I know.
sorry. My moonroof is open. It's the first time for the year. I'm like so excited.
I can't wait to go outside. Yes, I want to get through this. We're going to do a 6-minute show today, so I can go outside and just run and frolic in the fresh spring breeze. Yes,
Soak in that vitamin D. That's important.
that's what I need because I am looking kind of pale, aren't I?
It's the vitamin D is good for your bones. Okay,
Good for my wrinkles.
It's awesome.
All right.
Yeah, don't talk.
Well,
about
you know what, Nicole? Let's just get into it. What do you say?
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. You think I can get through it?
You can do it. I believe in you.
That's what I needed. All right. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Real Agents Podcast, a weekly podcast where our mission, should we choose to accept it, is to discuss life, real estate, and everything in between. So if you like your advice and insights shaken and not stirred, well, then this is the podcast for you.
I'm Nicole Dash.
And I'm Eric Carrington. And we are the Real Agents.
Real Agents. Woohoo! Okay, wait. I was going to play this before. Wait. No, he said no. I'm not allowed to do that. Sorry, I didn't know. It's a beautiful day.
Nicole, you know what's real funny about this is people are going to think that our awesome producer, Elijah, cut out the music. But the truth of the matter is you're the only one that heard the music. You were dancing all by yourself.
I just realized why he freaked out. I'm sorry. But it was such a short amount of time. Oh. No one's going to hear. I don't think it got picked up at all. It was like half a beat. It's okay. No copyright.
Nicole, if you just want to have a dance party, I don't need no music. We could do this.
You know what you have to do? You have to sing it. Anyway.
All right.
I can't. That's a phrase. That's a phrase.
Look, I'm so excited about today. We're all like jazzed up because the sun's out. And we have the most amazing guests.
Right? Tell us right now, Eric. You've been tracking some important stuff. What have we been tracking?
I don't know how important it is, but all right. I was just looking at the stats from January 2022 to January 2023 and some of the differences. And what I came up with is these numbers are kind of wrong. Yeah. I know numbers can't be wrong, but they don't tell a real story about what's happening in our market. So, for example, it says that in 2022, home sales inventory was at 299 homes in January of 2022. And in 2023, our inventory for January was 620 homes. Now, that sounds like we were flooded with a ton of inventory. But that's just not the case. What that is there's a ton of carryover from a pretty slow market in November and December. So what we're seeing is those homes that were not awesome that came on in November stayed on and carried over till January. What's interesting, though, is if you look at the total sales, we are down quite a bit. Our sales are down 33%. From the same time last year. And that's mainly because those undesirables were carried over and they're still sitting there.
Yeah. Because what we found, right, what I found is that the buyers came out in force in January, but they wanted to see all the new stuff. They'd already seen the old stuff. They didn't care about the old stuff, right? Been sitting. Some of that probably went off the market, But for the most part, the things that got multiple offers and sold quickly was the new inventory that hit the market. And, you're exactly right. It just doesn't show a true picture. And I'm hoping that the February stats year over year will be a more accurate picture of what the market is like right now.
Yeah, I think
Hopefully.
February is really going to be telling, because what I've seen over the last couple of weeks has just been mind-boggling with the way the new homes are just generating so many offers and are going so high above the asking price. I know that there were 2 homes this weekend that stood out in our farm. One of them was one of our listings that sold for, from what I understand, a couple of $100,000 over the asking price with, I think, 15 offers or something like that.
Or more. I think it was like 18 offers. All I know is that is incredible. That's incredible in like the jaw dropping, like, what? It's just really to have that kind of competition. And what it is, as realtors, we are pricing it with the information we have. But because the market is changing so quickly, sometimes what we think is a really competitive push price ends up not being, because the market is dictating in real time where the home should be priced at. And so,
and what is that based on? Why is the market dictating that? Is it solely because of inventory?
it's solely because of low inventory and high buyer demand. So as the demand is higher, right? Simple supply and demand is the demand of really, really serious active buyers out there. Buyers that have, right, a lot of money to spend. I know you have another stat to share about that. But, they have a lot of money to spend and they're looking for that right fit home. And, they're willing to pay if it is that right fit home. Like, they're not afraid to escalate if they need to.
And that's the other thing, too. You talk about fear. I talked to so many folks back in November and December that were really worried about the interest rates and where interest rates are going. And to be blunt, interest rates are at that place that they feared. Everyone was like, I don't want the high 6s. I don't want 7. But guess what? That's where we are kind of right now. And buyers haven't gone away. They're still there.
No, it's almost like they got over it, right?
Yeah.
That group of buyers that freaked out about it. And, they took a little break, they took a breath, and they realized, well, this is my reality right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I either get in where I am right now or I don't, right? There's no,
or I miss out.
Right. You miss out. And
because opportunity is here right now. Let's take advantage.
Exactly. And then the prices keep rising. So if you want to get in, best time to buy is always yesterday. Right. That's
and what we're seeing more is that whole phrase that I think I might have mentioned last time is people are going with that whole date the rate, marry the house. A lot of people have that mindset. It's okay, I'll have this rate for maybe a year, but I'll refinance out of it at the first opportunity. Exactly. So rate really has not been a factor for a lot of the folks that I've been working with. Another interesting thing that I noticed, and maybe this is the last number that we'll dive into, but in January, they talked about the percentage of loans or how people are buying. And 63% of the homes that went under contract used a conventional loan. 12% used a VA loan, which is an increase, I believe. 3% were FHA, but the real interesting number, 21% of the homes purchased in January of 2023 were cash buys.
Yep.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, but you have a lot of buyers that either sold their home last year and decided they wanted to catch that wave last year, right? I had several of those clients and they went into rentals for a year and they just held on to their money in the bank waiting. Then you've got the other group who decided to move in with mom and dad during the pandemic and save as much money as they could. And so now they're ready and they have loads of money to spend. It's unbelievable. We're talking $1 million price points with not one, but two, some cash offers. Well, when does that happen? Who has $1 million in their bank account?
I mean, even just the $1.2 million house that you see people putting down 50%. I mean, that was never the case. I mean, the goal was, well, I shouldn't say never, but the goal was always 20% on those purchases to remove the PMI. But now trying to find the person only bringing 20% is in the minority. Just where is all this cash coming from? And you bring up an interesting point of the folks who are moving back in with mom and dad. I just want to put it out there to anyone who's listening. If you're one of my children, don't think that you're going to move back in to save money. And our producer took his headphones off, so he didn't see that. So that's
his
good.
Screen's blank.
Or hear that, rather.
He didn't hear you.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. No. But the other thing I that blew me away, and this kind of started last year, was the age of people buying these $1 million homes or even $700,000 homes. I know when I was in my late 20s, there was no way I was going to purchase a $700,000 plus home.
No.
And it's just, it amazes me that these folks have these available funds at this young age.
I know.
What did I do wrong?
I think we've talked about this before, but the days of like, I'm going to get a condo and then a townhouse and then a small home and a large home. Sometimes that's done. Like what we're seeing is, okay, I'm going to enter the market as a homeowner and I'm going to buy a $850,000 home as my first home. I'm like, who are these people? What? Like it just didn't, but there are a lot of them out there right now, and good for them.
Yeah, good for them. Good for them, and good for their future too, because they really are, living the American dream, and they're just setting themselves up for, independent, wealth later on in life. I wish someone would have pushed me when I was my son's age to purchase $1 million home.
And wait, but someone would have had to give you the $1 million.
Yes, yeah. Let me caveat to that. Someone gives me the $1 million and then pushes me to buy the home.
Can I just say this? Can someone give me $1 million now, and then I will purchase $1 million home?
Who knows? Maybe someone is listening to this podcast that just wants to give away money. All right, look, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we are going to have one of the most dynamic women you're ever going to meet. One of one of the people that I look forward to seeing on a daily basis. You guys are going to be super excited to get to meet her, and you will meet her as soon as we come back from this short break. Hello, agents. Remember, your mission is to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to check us out on Anchor, Spotify, soon to be Apple Music, and anywhere else you can plug us into your ear holes. Check us out. We're here for you.
And we're back. I'm so excited, Eric, to share with everyone, all of our listeners, one of the most beautiful individuals. She's beautiful inside and out. She is someone that just brightens our day every time we walk into the door. She is truly the heart of Debbie Dogrul Associates. She brings the light. She's the beautiful day. Carolyn Caballero, Director of First Impressions.
Hi, Carolyn.
Welcome.
Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be here.
Aww. You know what, Carolyn? You're not our first guest, but I won't tell those other two that are our guests, but you're my favorite.
I believe you.
Are we your grasshoppers?
Yes, each one of you are my grasshoppers.
Oh, tell everybody. Why do you call people your grasshoppers? You're so cute.
I picture grasshoppers constantly building, and you all are just so busy with your offers and your listings and escalations. You're just so busy. So that grasshoppers just grew on me.
Well, for you to say we're busy and to see the way you navigate through your day, for all the folks out there who don't know who Carolyn is, we call her our Director of First Impression. We don't call her that. That is who she is. When you walk in the door, she is the first face you see, the first voice you hear, and it's just like a calming influence on everyone that walks through that door. And she is constantly going, constantly going, constantly working. And Carolyn, seriously, you're an inspiration. You're a ton of fun. I love listening to you. I love hearing all your stories. I love it when you address the group and you start crying in the middle of it. Yes, I love it all. Love it all.
Yeah, she's great. I mean, really, truly, you motivate everybody and you encourage everyone and you work so hard yourself. Like you don't just sit there. Like you behind the scenes, you really are taking care of everything in a seamless way. I mean, if we were to say, okay, Carolyn, tell us everything you do, we'd probably be here the whole 40 minutes. But if you want to share just like an overview of what you do, that would be amazing.
Please.
From your perspective.
Okay, well, I am in charge of our moving truck. So when a client is buying or selling with us, they call me to make the reservations. If not, they're coming that day to pick up the moving truck. I am in charge of getting snacks for all of my hungry grasshoppers that that tend to live in their car. So, and every Thursday, I'm the one that orders the food for you all. I try not to have the food run out, but it's very hard. I do notice that when I do send out an email labeled food, I get a quick reply. So I think I should start sending out my emails labeled food.
Just put food at the top of every email you send and you'll know you'll get replies.
As you know, when people know that you're ordering food, do you notice an increase in bodies in the office?
Yes.
Without a doubt.
I have been guilty of that myself. I'm like, what day is it? Food day. I'm going into the office today. So,
no, but seriously, you are like one of the founding members of our team. I mean, how long have you been with Debbie Dogrul Associates?
You know, it's going to be 19 years in October. And
Wow.
How's that possible, you know, when I'm 25? I mean, I don't understand it.
They pulled you out of kindergarten. That's exactly what happened.
Yes.
They were like, she's good with scissors. Let's bring her in.
Yeah, that's right. I love your story of when you applied and the newspaper clipping. Tell us quickly that story. I love that story.
So I actually came from accounting, and they got bought out. I don't know if anyone knows of, I came from accounting, and then I wanted to start all over, and I went through the Washington Post ad, which a lot of people are like, what's Washington Post, right? And I faxed over my resume. And lo and behold, I got a phone call, literally, I want to say like a week right after. And the funny thing about it is I accidentally saved that Washington Post ad and came across it just recently, about a good 3 or 4 years ago.
Wow.
I guess I was a hoarder at first, but I came across the Washington Post ad. But that's it. That's the golden story, you know, and here I am.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I you know what amazes me is that I have been accused of sometimes not being the most positive person, especially on this podcast. But I know, right? But every time I see you, every single time, you have got this smile on your face that just brightens the whole room. How do you maintain such a positive attitude in the wake of all these different personalities, in the ups and downs of the industry? You know, to say you're the glue of the organization is, I mean, people can say that about a lot of people and a lot of things, but it is really true that you're like this battery that runs our company. And how do you stay so upbeat and positive?
I think from day one, Debbie instilled in me that you want to handle the first phone call that you get as if it was your very first phone call. So, and everyone is going through something, everyone. But I feel that if we can spread just one word of kindness Can you imagine what beautiful world we would have? So I really do try to bring that energy out. And a lot of times, sometimes whoever's calling me is just, struggling to get answers. And I want to help them. So it's just all about spreading kindness, really. It really is.
So that brings me to the next thing. Not only are you our director of first impressions, not only are you the Energizer Bunny that runs Team DDA, but you are one of the founding members of our charitable organization, DDA Love. Can you share a little bit of information about DDA Love and what you do there?
DDA Love is a foundation that we've only had for about, is it 3 years? 3 years, I want to say. But this is a foundation that I've dreamt of. And it's crazy because I think about the times that we all went out, and I thought, we could be out, volunteering somewhere, doing this, doing that. And this is just something that really was instilled from me. And it's something that came to be when my jefes came to me, and that's another thing, I call them jefes. They came to me and told me about DDA Love. I cried. I really cried. I cried because this is something that we can spread to one another, and it's helping organizations, helping families, and that's where it is, helping the community.
Yeah.
We're selling houses in the community. Why not help the community?
Absolutely. And I had the pleasure and honor of serving on the founding board with Carolyn. We both had 3-year terms. At the end of the 3 years, we were supposed to say goodbye. And I said goodbye. And then we all said, no, Carolyn, you cannot leave. You cannot leave the board, because we needed her. Not only does she have the heart for it, she just does so much above and beyond to make sure that everything runs smoothly. I mean, the board, this foundation, nonprofit foundation, I believe has raised $130,000 over 3 years.
Wow.
Directly for the community, supporting different charitable organizations, supporting students who need scholarships, high school students who need scholarships. A home that caught on fire, they needed support. We gave some money. I mean, really, we want to be responsive to the community. And Carolyn has been the one who really, we'd be like, we have this idea. She's like, we're doing it. She's like, we got it. She's like, this is what we need to do, XYZ. And she runs with it. I mean, we gave how many Thanksgiving dinner turkey packages this year, Carolyn? 100.
So that we gave them a turkey care package along with the $25 gift card to Giant or Safeway, the food drives that we do for Food for Others, volunteer work that we do for Lamb Center. It's a great feeling. And the fact that even with the agents' busy schedules, they find time to get on my, list there to sign up and volunteer. But it's a great feeling. And I'm so proud of DDA to do DDA Love Foundation. It's so dear to me. Really, it is.
Can you share some of that experience that you have? I know I'll come in during that Thanksgiving time period, and there'll be, people waiting to get their care package, and you're always interacting with them. And a couple of times I can tell that it's been an emotional experience. Can you share some of that?
It has emotional, where a couple, one spouse lost their husband, another one is suffering from cancer. It's one lost their job. It's endless struggles that they're facing. And when I call them and tell them that someone nominated you, someone was thinking of you to give you this Thanksgiving turkey care package, They could even done it anonymously or given their name, and they're just like in shock. And each call that I made said, you won't believe the timing, the timing that you're calling me, telling me this. I was just about to cancel Thanksgiving. Really, I just wasn't thinking about family. I wasn't thinking about food. I just didn't want to have Thanksgiving. And boom, I called them. Heartfelt stories that are given to me when I make that phone call. And I'm not gonna lie, I've bawled. I cry hearing them. And when I give them the turkey care package, they're giving me hugs and telling us about DDA, how heartfelt and how generous we are to do this in such a time where people are struggling. We had COVID, restaurants were closing down, people were losing their jobs. It was a struggle. And the stories that they've given me are just heartfelt.
Yeah. And, the one thing that I love is that behind the scenes, in order to give 100 turkeys, there's so much that goes into it. 100 turkey packages. Like, we'll sit in our DDA love meeting, right? And we'll be like, let's up it from 75 to 100. We're like, yay, yes. Not thinking about the logistics, right? Carolyn takes on the logistics without a word of complaint, without any issues. She just gets it done. And that involves everything, right? From shopping to putting them together to making all those phone calls. You were sick, right? For a couple of days. So I was like, I'll help a little. I'll make some phone calls. I think I made like 10 calls and it took me a whole day. I'm like, how are you making 100 calls? And she's like, I got it. She came back. She's like, I got it now.
Yeah, she picked it up from you. You dropped the ball. Let me pick it up and score.
She's like, you couldn't even do 10.
So Carolyn, seriously, you have been, it's going to be 19 years, you said? Or is it going to be 20? Are you in your 20th year or 19th year?
No, 19.
Okay, so you did start when you were 7, correct?
Yes.
Over the 19 years with the team, how has the team evolved in your eyes? What's your bird's eye view of where the team was 19 years ago to where it is now?
Well, back then we probably had not even half the size that we now have. I mean, I want to say we had maybe like felt like 4 cubicles where we all were scrunched in. But I would say we've come a long way. We sure have. And it's more of like now we have all this space and everyone, but we've come a long way.
In a positive way, I hope, especially
yes.
Like 9 years ago when a particular person came on board and just changed the whole culture.
More like 6 years ago.
Well, then, all right, then talk about our fearless leaders. How have you, because they were employee number 1 and employee number 3, I think. Something like that.
Jay and Jen, oh my, yeah, from day one, just probably taking naps in their cars, if not in their office, in between listing appointments or buyer appointments. But they've learned to now share all that with the rest of the grasshoppers now that they're running around. But we've come a long way. We really have.
Isn't it? And I know that I don't think we're supposed to call our workspace an office a family anymore. But we are a very supportive group, I think. I think everybody pulls for everyone and everyone is looking out for everyone. And I think that's contradictory to a lot of different teams in real estate where, you are an individual when you're a real estate agent, but there's something about our dynamic that we support each other. We pull for each other. I know I don't get upset when I hear that one of my colleagues is really doing great and has 3 homes under contract. Maybe if I competed against them and they beat me out, maybe I'll get a little upset. But the whole dynamic and the whole energy in our team is about support. And I really do believe that a lot of that has to do with your attitude and the way you just give off this vibe of everybody's awesome and it's a joy to see. It really is a joy to see you when you walk in the front door. It really is. Even though your desk looks like it came right out of a dentist office, I do love to spend time with you at your front desk, just getting to know you better and saying hi to everyone else as they walk in. It's I think you're a big part of why we're successful. I'll just say it.
Thank you. I appreciate each one. It's a great feeling to know that you're appreciated, and each one of the agents and management are constantly appreciative of me. And really, I tell everyone, you have to love what you do. You spend the majority of your life at work. You need to love what you're doing. And I definitely do. I do. I knew that God did good when I found DDA. They took a chance on a crazy Latina, but I'm super grateful. I am.
That's great. Absolutely. I mean, I think just a lot of times when we're so busy out there running from appointment to appointment, I know I run in all the time and I'm like, I just need a print. Hi, how are you? I just need a print, and running in and out, running it. It's nice to have kind of like that calming person who's at the center, right? The center and the constant, right? You're the North Star for a lot of us. And you have this natural caretaking ability. You're a natural caretaker. I know that, you have your family and your daughter and you love taking care of animals. You have your dogs, right? I mean, you want to talk a little bit about that, about you, but all of that just makes you like the right person for that job.
Oh, thank you. And my daughter, which Eric knows, and I entrusted with Eric because Eric is definitely one of my favorite grasshoppers. And he helped my daughter become a homeowner, a first-time homeowner, and made it so smooth for her and her boyfriend. So, and it's with each one of our grasshoppers, but I just know that Eric's one of my favorites. And I entrusted him to guide my daughter. And I have 2 fur babies, Bruiser and Minnie, okay, which I adore. And the hubby, since we've been together since 1990, had Nina in 93, said our I do's in 97, and a couple of I don'ts along the way. Whoever says relationships are easy are lying.
Absolutely. That's the truth.
Well, Carolyn, thank you so much for reading the script the way I wrote it and saying those wonderful things about me. That was awesome.
He can't handle the compliment, Carolyn, at all. He cannot. He's going to deflect, make jokes. Come on.
Nina did it all herself. She didn't need me there. She was amazing. She was so cool to work with, and I'm so happy for her. And yeah, she's doing like we were talking about. Getting that house at her age, so smart, so awesome. She's just setting herself up for being super successful in the future. I'm excited for her. Thank you so much for being a part of this. This means a lot.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Carolyn.
Now, does this mean when I call to use the truck, I get first pick whenever? You're not gonna
you're not
gonna tell me, it's taken. Somebody else.
My clients get first pick. My clients, not your clients.
Whatever. Well, I think that's going to be it. I think we're done. She killed it.
She killed it. You did great.
You closed it out. Thank you. Can you come on every week, Carolyn?
I know. That'd be good. If you have a comment about the wonderful Carolyn, please leave the comment. I hear we have another comment from our wonderful Trish. I haven't seen it yet. I will look it up, but that's what we want, with little engagement. I know, that's 2 comments. That's
awesome. So wait, what we need then is for people to like and subscribe. If you like Carolyn, if you think she is awesome and is truly the glue that keeps our whole society together, which I think, anyway, no. Please like and subscribe, click that bell, give us 5 stars. Even if you don't like us, please, 5 stars. Leave 5 stars and then leave a negative comment. I'll take it.
No,
I'll take anything.
no, no negative comment.
Just so long as we get 5 stars. Thank you so much. You know what we don't do, Nicole? We don't do credits.
Oh, that's not our job.
Do credits? Do we have an executive producer? Who could we? Well, look. Let's
here, right here. Put the credits right here.
Yeah, let's scroll them up
with my fingers in line.
No, I was listening to NPR the other day because I've got a big brain and I listen to NPR. I think the channel was stuck or something. Anyway, they at the end of all their shows, they talk about all the people behind the scenes that help. Mm-hmm. We should come up with a list of people that help.
There's one person.
I know, and our producer's going crazy right now.
We just have his name, like right here on the side the whole time. Okay, we're wrapping up.
All right. A big thank you to Elijah Carrington for all the work he does behind the scenes to make this show run so smoothly. Mm-hmm. Who else can we thank?
TDA.
That's the end of the list.
That's it. Done. So thank you for listening to Real Agents of Fun. Real Agents of
Change.
Carolyn, that's you.
Oh.
That's Carolyn.
And Real Agents of what?
Real Estate.
Real Estate. Come back again next week. We'll see you guys. Bye.
Bye.
All right, I'll stop. I just got the giggles now. All right. Come on, wait.
Yeah,
okay. All right, no, here we go. Stop it.
All this. Okay.
Stop it.